What's going on, guys? Today I've got a Frozen Lightning Invoker Monk build for you guys that features two uniques that synergize together. I have a full build guide listed in the description on Mobalytics. If you don't want to listen to me talk, you can just go there and read it out and copy it over really quickly. The two uniques that work together are the Call of the Brotherhood Topaz Ring and the Pulse Cirkin Sapphire Ring. The Call of the Brotherhood Ring states that it converts 100% of our lightning damage into cold damage, and the Pulse Cirkin Ring will let us shatter enemies that we chill instead of freezing them all the way. So the way that it works is it's going to take all of our lightning damage that we do and convert it to cold damage thanks to the ring. So Storm Wave, which does lightning damage, gets converted to cold damage. And now that it's cold damage, it's going to allow us to chill and freeze enemies. Pulse Cirkin will let us shatter enemies that we chill. And we use this comboed with Herald of Ice to create large AoE explosions that will wipe out tons of enemies. Now the reason that we use the Call of the Brotherhood Topaz Ring is that it allows us to use skills like Storm Wave that are super powerful not only for bossing but also for clearing ads since it has the large AoE. So I'm going to give you guys a breakdown on what support gems we're using in these skill gems. For Storm Wave, we're going to run Upheaval for 2 more fissures for bigger AoE. We're going to run Primal Armament for more elemental damage. We're going to run Ice Bite for more cold damage whenever we freeze an enemy with a skill. We'll run Ambush to double our crit hit chance against enemies that are on full life. And if you have the final slot, you can put Rising Tempest here. We run Combat Frenzy to generate our power charges, the Fuel Charge Staff. We run Profusion on here, that way we have an extra chance to generate more charges. Tempest Bell is our boss DPS item. We run Close Combat for more attack damage, Concentrated Effect for more area damage, and Rage to generate more DPS thanks to Rage. You can also run things like Heavy Swing for more melee physical damage, or Font of Rage to get you guys some more bonus rage if you have the slots. Charge Staff, we're going to use Persistence for more effect of our Charge Staff. It's going to give us a longer duration. You got Cold Exposure, that way whenever we crit an enemy, it's going to allow us to do more cold damage. Strip Away will increase the effect of Cold Exposure. And Culling Strike is going to let us kill rare or unique enemies quicker. This is, I think, a 10% threshold for rare uniques and a 5% threshold for unique enemies. Wind Dancer is going to give us some more evasion as it builds up stages. We run Pin just in case we do get hit to slow down those enemies that do hit us. We have Clarity to increase our mana regeneration, and Cannibalism to give us some life recovery. Herald of Ice is a skill that's going to give us the big AoE explosions. We're going to run Cold Infusion for more damage, Cold Mastery to level up the skill, and Magnified Effect to make the AoE explosions even larger. Ice Strike is used to generate the combo that we need to drop the Tempest Bell. We're going to run Martial Tempo, that way we can drop it faster. Crescendo for forming that Final Strike twice, that'll just increase the speed that we reach max combo. We'll run Deep Freeze to increase the freeze duration on enemies that we hit. This is typically used on the boss, so that way we freeze them quicker. And you can go ahead and run Inspiration on here if you're struggling with mana, if you have the extra slot. And then we're going to run Cast on Freeze as an extra kind of boss damage dealer, and I guess a large area of effect kind of spell that we can drop. We run Comet on here. You don't have to run this skill if you don't have the Spirit, but if you do, run Energy Retention to let you have a chance to refund half the skill cost, and Impetus, that way you can gain more energy quicker. And then Grim Feast is the last spirit gem that we're going to use down here. Every single time you kill an enemy, there's a chance that it's going to spawn one of these, and whenever you pick them up, it's going to let you generate some energy shield for free. It'll actually overflow your energy shield, so you can have like 3, 4, 5 times more energy shield than your capacity normally is. So the gear that we're using is the same gear from the past 2 videos that I've done. The only difference is that we have Call of the Brotherhood on here, but I'll go ahead and run down it real quick just in case you didn't watch the last 2 videos. You want to make sure that on your staff you have as high physical damage percentage as possible, because it's going to convert your physical damage into lightning damage, which is then going to be converted into cold damage. So having this as high as possible for physical damage is important to increasing your DPS. Go ahead and try to get level of melee skill or attack speed or crit damage boost or a crit hit chance on your staff if you can for more DPS. On your gauntlets, go for crit damage bonuses, melee skills, attack speeds, and resistances that you need. On your belt, try to get you some more resistances, any level of kind of the dex, the strength, the intelligence that you're lacking. I like to go for 20% of flask recovery applied instantly. That way if I do get hit, you can just pop one of your flask and it will apply that health instantly. On your boots, go for movement speed. That way you can move faster, avoid hits and everything like that. Fill out any resistances you need and get those boosts to those stat categories that you need. Chest piece, you want to shoot for as high evasion or energy shield as possible. Evasion is what we're using to dodge attacks. Energy shield is going to give us kind of a buffer in that case we get hit. Go for any resistances that you need and any stat increases that you need for dex, strength, or intelligence. Helmet, I would definitely go for crit chance here. You need to get that crit hit chance as high as possible. Fill out your resistances that you need, and I like to go for rarity. That way I can get better drops. Your amulet, I like to go for 50% evasion rating. That way we can increase our evasion even further. I got crit hit chance on here for more crit hits. I got mana regeneration. That way I can keep my mana all the way up. And fill out the rest with whatever stats you need. Of course, you need to run the 2 unique rings. You could do without Pulse Circle, but it does increase your Shattered like more often. So I'll give you guys a quick rundown on the passive skill tree and what we're picking here. So the reason that we have so much spirit is that we're picking Lead Me Through Grace on the skill tree right here. This is going to let us generate spirit just by having evasion or energy shield on our body armor. That way we don't have to worry about it on our equipment. Go for Unbound Avatar if you have all of the points in this tree right here. I don't have them all yet, but Unbound Avatar is going to give you a 40% increase to your elemental damage. It's good for bossing. You can just have it in your pocket, walk in the boss room, pop it, and do more damage. And then make sure you get Sunder by enemies, as this is going to allow your crit hits to ignore the monster elemental resistances. This is going to massively increase your damage. Pick any nodes that are going to let you get more crit hit chance or crit damage bonuses. I like to go for Echoing Frost up here to give you some more damage because we're going to be chilling so often. Make sure you go for Resonance. This is what allows us to convert our power charges instead of getting frenzy charges. Anything for attack speed or attack damage is nice. I like to go for these nodes down here to get more evasion and energy shield. These two right here combo pretty well together. Up here some more crit damage and crit hit chance nodes. Thin Ice is great for doing more boss DPS as it's going to give you a 50% increase with hits against frozen enemies. This is important for bosses because if you walk in the room, you can hit them with your Ice Strike, freeze them, drop the bell, and then combo them from there. More crit damage bonuses right here. This down here is great for getting you some more dex and crit damage bonuses if you need it. Bestial Skin right here is perfect for doubling your evasion rating on your body armor. This will get your values really high. Coming Calamity is going to let you get a damage increase whenever we're affected by Herald of Ice, which is all the time. This entire tree right here is going to give you a ton of crit damage bonuses. This little tree down here is going to give you a ton more attack damage and maiming, attack speed. Right here is going to get you some elemental damage. This node right here is going to let you do more damage against enemies that are affected by elements. Same for this node right here. If you have the extra skill points, you can shoot up to Careful Consideration right here to increase your evasion if you haven't been hit. And then go for any skill gem slots that you can find. So I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a quick demonstration on how the gameplay loop goes. You're going to find a whole bunch of enemies. You can start to generate power charges. Once you've generated some power charges, you can pop your charge staff, and it's going to increase your damage even further. And as you can see, whenever you're hitting these enemies, you're chilling them, and they're being shattered whenever they die. You see I'm generating these Grim Remnants, which I'm picking up to overcharge my energy shield down here. You see I'm dropping comments every now and then, thanks to me building up Cast on Freeze. And rare enemies, the common enemies, magic enemies, everything, they all typically get one shot if they have an enemy near them. It's going to chain that Herald of Ice explosion. That way nothing really survives it if you have enough enemies grouped up together. Now the only time that I would recommend using Ice Strike is on the boss, or if you just have like a rare enemy by themselves, like this guy right here. You can smack him. Well, he died instantly, but you see, you can just drop your bell on him, and then he should die shortly after you drop the bell on him. That's the only time you should be using Ice Strike, is either on the boss or on a big, healthy enemy that's been soloed out by themselves. So that's going to be it for the video. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any comments, please let me know in the comment section, and I'll answer them as fast as I can. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.